Secrets of Strixhaven has released. We're playing the best flow state deck in Legacy, Doomsday. Let's go check it out. Let's begin by thanking Matthew Story for today's donation deck. Matthew wanted to see the best flow state deck in Legacy, and in my opinion, that's Doomsday, so that's what we're playing it in. So if you're unfamiliar with this brand new card from Secrets of Strixhaven, it's 1 and a blue for a sorcery. You look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them to your hand, the rest on the bottom in a random order. If you have an instant and a sorcery in your graveyard, choose 2 of those cards and the remaining card goes on the bottom. Okay, so why is this card so good? It's basically sorcery speed anticipate. Well, in Legacy in particular, when you have Force of Will, Daze, and Brainstorm among other cards, getting instant is pretty easy. The questionable part is sorcery most of the time. Well, Doomsday is a deck that has 2 really prevalent sorceries, and Ponder and Thoughtseize, the 2 best sorceries in the format by most standards, I would think. And because of that, this means that it's the best combo deck. I mean, it might not be the best deck overall. Dimir Tempo does exist, but the best combo shell would be Flow State. And I think it makes a lot of sense in this deck where we're really digging for specific cards, but a lot of cards. Because when you go Dark Ritual into Doomsday, you then need a cantrip like a Brainstorm or something to create your Lion's Eye Diamond pile that wins the game. This is why we play things like Edge of Autumn or Street Wraith, because you need that initial draw. And having a large quantity of cards is usually nice for the Brainstorm piles. So Flow State gives you that extra card. That said, you could also build Doomsday piles with Flow State, because you could theoretically cycle Edge of Autumn into Consider, mill a card into Flow State, and then grab your Thassa's Oracle or whatever. So that might not have been the best example, but there's piles that exist where Flow State's really good is my point, and getting those 2 cards is really, really valuable. So that's what we're looking to do here today. The sideboard is pretty stock at this point. You have your Leyline of the Voids for your graveyard matchups like Oops All Spells, Borrowglyph for decks with lots of interruption, because you can in fact Dark Ritual into Borrowglyph, and this card will win games on its own. It's that powerful. We have Duress for the tempo decks of the format. We have Force of Negation for the prison decks, because sometimes we just don't want to let things like Chalice of the Void resolve. We have Consigned to Memory for combo, but also some of those prison decks. And then a Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. This is the card that you use to beat Consigned to Memory from the opponents, because Consigned to Memory on Thassa's Oracle is not ideal. So if you're suspecting that, you can build a Jace, Wielder of Mysteries pile and then completely ignore Consigned to Memory altogether. That's the idea. That's the deck list, and I'm really excited to be playing Flow State for you today, because I really do believe that this is the best combo deck for Flow State in the format. Let's see if it plays out like that in the matches, and I'll see you in the first one. Don't go anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members-only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, sideboard guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop, or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to match number 1 with Flow State Doomsday. We are on the play. Double Oracle. We have the Flow State. Double Oracle's real bad. You do have a Brainstorm, but you'd have to draw another fetch land, and we're on the play. You could Lotus Petal Brainstorm. I'm just going to mulligan. I think that trying to force this hand is just not a good idea. And this hand is a little bit weak, but I'm going to try it anyway. We'll get rid of Lotus Petal. I don't know what the opponent's playing, and if they're on a fair deck, I'd rather have 4 lands than a Lotus Petal. Underground Sea and Thoughtseize. They are on a fair deck. Looks like we're going to have a test here in the first match. Interesting. I think we just take the Bowmasters, maybe? No, I'm going to take the Force of Will. I think we might be able to beat Bowmasters with Flow State in our deck. They play Bloodstained Mire and Ponder. Doomsday, that's a good card. We will play Undercity Sewers. This would allow me to Doomsday next turn through Daze, so I'll keep. Pass the turn. They play Polluted Delta. We'll play our own Polluted Delta and then fetch. Grab another Underground Sea, play the Lotus Petal, and we will attempt Doomsday. Alright, this resolves. So we will have Sorcery in the graveyard. I think I want both copies of Oracle. We'll take Cavern of Souls. Maybe consider Lotus Petal? I don't know if I actually want Lotus Petal. Let's just think through this. So next turn I draw consider for turn. I can surveil away the Lotus Petal. After I consider away the Lotus Petal, I then flow state for the other two. This seems fine enough. I don't know if there's a better pile. There might be. We're going to put one Oracle on the bottom, Cavern of Souls, another Oracle, Lotus Petal, consider. Pass. They're going to flash in Orcish Bowmasters. Yep. This knocks me down to 7. They play Bloodstained Mire. This will knock me down to 5. We're going to draw the consider. So if I consider here, I take 1 off the Bowmasters and their creature gets larger, so they hit me for 3 next turn. And I go to, and I'm at 4. So if they have another Bowmasters, I'm dead no matter what. I feel like it's better to just consider here. So if I consider, I mill the Petal, I draw a card, there's 2 cards left. Wait, does this just win? I think this just wins. We'll play the consider. Get rid of the Petal, and now I draw an Oracle. Now I go to 4. We'll play the flow state. We'll take both of these. Oh, I've already played a land. Oh, I messed up. I'm going to lose to a Daze here. Oracle, I messed up bad. They're going to fetch in response. Undercity Sewers. Wow, Oracle resolved. No way. That doesn't matter. Wow. Okay, so I played terribly, but we still won the game. I completely forgot about the fact that I played the island and then I built a cavern pile. That was foolish. But it did not end up costing me, which was very fortunate. We'll bring in the Duress. You could probably shave on Cyclers in this matchup. Maybe 1 of each. And we'll submit. And ideally play a little bit better too. Actually, I want the Jace. We'll board out 1 Oracle. Game number 2 we will keep. They play an island. We'll fetch and cast Ponder here. I am interested in Thoughtseize or Duress on turn 1. But I also don't want to get wastelanded out of the game. So that is my thought process here. This is not bad. I'm going to hide the flow state on top, I think. Pass the turn. End step, they cycle a Lorien Revealed. They find Underground Sea. We draw flow state. I'm going to fetch and cast Thoughtseize. If they Orcish Bowmasters, I can Daze it. We'll play Thoughtseize. Wow, their hand is terrible. They have Daze and nothing else. Okay. Yeah, you got it. I will pass the turn. I think I might Brainstorm once they cast the Cling to Dust. So that way if they draw Orcish Bowmasters, I don't get punished for casting Brainstorm on their turn. We'll play the Brainstorm. We'll put the 2... Actually, I want to hide Flow State from a discard spell. So I will put Flow State on top. They play Wasteland. That's expected. Now we'll play the Misty. Cast the Flow State. I do have Instant and Sorcery in my graveyard. We'll take Underground Sea Ponder. Pass the turn. Another Wasteland. So this might be crazy. I'm sort of tempted here to Dark Ritual. This doesn't hit Planeswalkers, right? It does hit Planeswalker. Okay, maybe that's a bad line. I guess we'll just Duress here. I was tempted to Dark Ritual into Jace, but wow, they actually have multiple. Well, they have a Pyroblast, but they can't cast it. So they have 2 things that answer Planeswalker here. I think we just take the Stifle. I'll Ponder. Another Flow State. That's pretty good. We'll fetch. Grab Underground Sea. Yeah, this feels pretty unfair, just like chaining Flow States. We'll take Doomsday and Thoughtseize. I mean, Edge of Autumn is nice. I'm just worried that they're going to draw a payoff or a protection spell. So maybe this is a little bit of cowardice here by taking the Thoughtseize. They destroy 1 copy of Underground Sea and then the other. 5 cards in their hand. So I can go Dark Ritual, Thoughtseize into Doomsday. Let's do it. Thoughtseize you. Consign to Memory plus a bunch of removal. Okay. Question is, can I build a winning pile here? I do not know. I think maybe I can if I Daze my own Doomsday. Alright, so let's play the Doomsday, holding priority. If I Daze this and pick up the island, I think I can. So I'll pick up the island, and then I can play the island as my land for turn. Consider into Lion's Eye Diamond, Ponder into Oracle. I'll Daze the Doomsday. Hold on, I have to beat the Edict. Can I do that? So I played the island. I consider away a card. I bet I can. You know what? We're going to do it because I'm going to choose to believe in the heart of the cards here. So I consider away. I Ponder into Flow State. That only leaves me with 1 mana. Maybe I can't. Consider away. So I draw into the 4th card. Ponder draws. Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to. We just let this resolve. I'm going to build a boring pile. Cavern of Souls. Thassa's Oracle. We'll put a Duress in the pile. Maybe like a couple Lotus Petals? I don't know. I don't know if any of this actually matters. Alright, so I will put the 2 petals on the bottom. I have no idea what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm going to just consider here, keep the Duress, and then cast it. We'll take the Sheoldred's Edict, pass the turn. They draw and pass. We'll draw the Oracle. I'll play the Ponder. I don't know if it matters. Like, I guess we'll put or the Cavern in the middle, play the Lotus Petal, pass the turn, and they drew the red source for the Pyroblast. I'm going to hold the Cavern. We'll pass the turn. They drew another land. So they have 1 unknown card. We'll play the Lotus Petal, Cavern of Souls. We'll name Wizard, Thassa's Oracle. We saw Stifle, Ink, and Sign to Memory, so it's possible that they have more of those effects and we'll be off to a game 3. Is this a Mindbreak Trap? Cling to Dust. Okay. Sure. Sweet. Alright, so we win the first match. I could have done things better. There's a few points this match where you could tell it's been almost a year since I've played Doomsday, but we still got a victory, which is sweet, and now we're off to match number 2.
Packs.com is the new way to open your favorite cards. It's a site where you open digital packs of trading cards like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and One Piece cards, and have the cards you open mailed quickly and securely to you. With a wide range of packs to choose from, such as the latest Magic sets, Kaladesh inventions, or even beta. I'm going to open a beta pack. What's great about Packs.com is you can see all of the cards and their odds of being opened in each pack. Now it's time to open one and see what I get. Come on, Black Lotus! If you don't like what you opened, you could sell it back instantly for more packs, or sell it and pick a specific card from the marketplace over at packs.com/market. If you want to check out packs.com, make sure to click the link in the description of this video and use code STORM5 when making a purchase for 5% extra on your first purchase.
Round number 2, and we certainly keep these hands. We have Force of Will, Ponder into Flow State. There's a lot to like here. They have a Marsh Flats, they fetch, Basic Plains, Ocelot Pride. I'm going to Force of Will this just to slow them down, and I'll exile my Thassa's Oracle, so we still have 1 Thassa's Oracle to win the game with. We'll fetch, grab Basic Island, Ponder. So I want the land, but I don't want the Oracle. So I'll put Oracle on the bottom, and we'll draw the 2 lands. Pass the turn. They play Arid Mesa, they fetch, Basic Mountain, Hexing Squelcher. Well, I'm glad I used the Force of Will while I could. We'll play the Polluted Delta. We'll fetch for the Swamp. Play Flow State. Ugh. That's not good. Guess we're taking double Thoughtseize. And I'm going to just pass the turn here. I could burn a Lotus Petal to cast one, but I think I might need this Lotus Petal to play Doomsday later. Ajani. Yep. And now they swing. I'm at 15. Play Ponder. Well, there's a Doomsday. Alright. We take Doomsday. Play the Misty Rainforest. Thoughtseize. Take the other Ajani, pass the turn. As of right now, I think I have a win next turn. So the attack is going to deal me 5. I go to 8. End step, I fetch down to 7. Doomsday. Okay, well, Amped Raptor could change the formula. Reveals an Ocelot Pride. So I don't think it does. So now they swing. Ouch. I think we have it, as long as I don't mess it up. We'll fetch down to 7. Undercity Sewers. Now we Surveil. I think I keep the Lotus Petal. We'll play Underground Sea, Lotus Petal, Lotus Petal, and now we can play Doomsday. We want Thassa's Oracle. Edge of Autumn seems kind of free. So I think the one thing that we want to think about is how do we beat like a Swords to Plowshares? But I guess I know that they don't have Swords to Plowshares, so I don't even have to play around that. So I don't even need to build a Flow State pile. I mean, I could, I just don't need to. We'll put in Consider... and a Lotus Petal? I don't think the last card really matters. Okay. We'll put Lotus Petal on the bottom. Actually, do I even want to do that? So I could Oracle, Edge, Petal, Consider, cycle into Consider. Yeah, okay. Oracle on the bottom. We're at 3. I will cycle Street Wraith down to 1. Play the Consider. Get rid of the Lotus Petal. Straight to the graveyard. We draw Edge of Autumn. Sacrifice our Undercity Sewers. Edge of Autumn, sacrifice the Underground Sea. And our last card is Thassa's Oracle. Okay, we did it. This also beats Swords to Plowshares, which I was concerned with, but ultimately they didn't have. Alright, we've defeated Energy. This is a matchup where I think we want the Borrowglyph. What do we get rid of? I don't know if it's a great Thoughtseize matchup. Excuse me, you could probably also take out a Daze. I don't think Permission in this matchup is that great. So we'll try this. So we have Force of Will, we have a Flow State, but the issue is I have no mana. I'm going to regretfully mulligan. We'll get rid of Edge of Autumn. Basic Plains into Ocelot Pride. Right on time, Thassa's Oracle. Never change. Thoughtseize. Stony Silence. I'll take the Ocelot Pride. I don't think I care if they play Stony Silence. And by taking Ocelot Pride, it discourages them from wasting me this turn, but they did it anyway. Ouch. We'll play Scalding Tarn and pass. They drew another land. There's the Stony Silence. They swing. I'm just going to Surveil on their end step. Undercity Sewers. Get rid of the Brainstorm. I wonder if I should actually just play out Thassa's Oracle. Another Lotus. Okay, now I need to get rid of these. Put back 2 Lotus Petals. We will pass. I think next turn I'm going to consider playing out the Thassa's Oracle, though. So we'll take 3 here down to 11. 2 mana for a Sand Scout. I'm going to Force of Will this. Exile Force of Will. We will fetch down to 9. Grab another Underground Sea. Draw for turn. It's a Ponder. We're going to just play the Oracle. Ooh, I want both of these, but we'll put Barglyph on top. Alright. 2 mana here. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. That's annoying. We're going to swing. We'll block a cat and take 2. I'm at 7. I can't play the Barglyph, so we'll ponder looking for another land. Dark Ritual does allow me to play Barglyph next turn. It's a little risky, but I think I'm going to keep this. And we'll pass. They hit the red mana source, so things are no longer looking great. We're going to swing out. We'll get rid of the Thalia. And I'll take 3. Oh, I fell for Karakas. What was I doing? So I go to 6. I guess this ties up their mana a little bit. Or I'm sorry, I go to 4. Yeah, I might have punted there. Ah, the Goblin Bombardment kills me. Well played, opponent. Okay. I missed my opportunity. I might have been dead anyway, because they could have just paid 3 mana for it. So I don't know if it actually mattered. Alright. On the play, I think I'd rather have the Daze over the Thoughtseize. We'll try this. Keep. So this is a pretty easy pile. We get to do the classic, like, Death and Taxes pile of just putting, like, 2 Oracles, 2 Fetches in your pile. Or 2 Fetchables, because we have the Fetches in our hand already. But this should be pretty simple. So we just put a bunch of lands in there. 2 Oracles. And then some other card, like an Edge of Autumn. Or even a Street Wraith. I'll put the 2 lands on the bottom. 2 Oracles in the middle. Street Wraith on top. Play the Lotus Petal. Pass the turn. They have a Guide of Souls. We'll cycle Street Wraith and draw one of the 2 Oracles. We'll fetch with Misty Rainforest. Grab an Underground Sea. Play the Oracle. And this should do it. Boom. Alright, take that energy, and we are now 2-0.
Building a new deck usually means getting hit with a dozen different shipping fees from a dozen different sellers. It adds up fast, and honestly, it's the worst part of buying cards. That's why I switched to Card Trader Zero. You shop their global marketplace, but instead of having every seller ship to you, they ship to Card Trader's hub first. Card Trader then packs everything into a single shipment for you, and it saves a small fortune on shipping fees. This package from Card Trader just arrived. These are 4 Dark Rituals that came from 4 different sellers, but they all arrived in one envelope, and every card was quality checked by the Card Trader team before it hit my door. Check out the link in the description to try Card Trader Zero's optimizer for yourself. Stop paying for multiple shipments and get just one.
We're back for the 3rd match, and on the play with Legacy Doomsday. We'll keep. It's just fun to say Doomsday. Play Underground Sea, cast Thoughtseize. I think we take the Bowmasters here, pass the turn. They play Polluted Delta, Bobble. They look at my top card. And now they're fetching with Polluted Delta. We will Daze their Thoughtseize. Pick up the Underground Sea. So they have 4 cards in hand and they're about to draw 1 unknown off the Bobble. Doomsday, well that's a good one. Ponder looking for Dark Ritual. We did not find Dark Ritual or any other mana. I will shuffle this. Edge of Autumn. Okay. They play another land. You drew another Thoughtseize. That's not very kind. I think I'm supposed to... Am I supposed to use Edge of Autumn here? In hindsight, shuffling that Ponder looks really bad, but I don't think you're supposed to bank on your opponent drawing a second Thoughtseize. This looks so bad. I'm going to let it go. I think Sacrificing your basic island to pray to draw a blue card when you know that you only have one underground sea and they're sitting on Wasteland is not a winning play. This is just like a series of unfortunate events. Now they play Nethergoyf, which is a 4/5, and they have another one. They just drew well. And we would have drawn the Dark Ritual. No! We will pass. So if we draw exactly Doomsday, I believe I have a win, but it's not very probable. They attack, I'll go to 14. They play Bloodstained Mire, and another copy of Nethergoyf, and Tamiyo. So we know their last card in hand is Wasteland. They have no interaction. Doomsday, please. Let's see it. I can Flow State. We'll play the Flow State. That didn't really do me a lot of good. I think we take Dark Ritual Flow State. I don't think the Force of Will actually does anything for me. They search out Undercity Sewers. They know I have Edge of Autumn, and I know that they have Wasteland. So we'll see how the opponent plays it, but they should, if they're playing properly, just waste me immediately. Because you don't want to let me have that mana on my turn. They use the Clue, plays the Wasteland, and now we'll use the Edge of Autumn, sacrifice Underground Sea. I think we just lost. I don't think there's a way we can realistically win now. Certainly not Lion's Eye Diamond. Alright. That game was a little ugly, but it shouldn't have been. I feel like my hand was really good, and then our opponent just found a way through the interaction. We want Duress, the Jace Wielder of Mysteries. Same plan as match number 1. You could bring in Barrogoyf, but I don't know if that's a good idea. Also, so many people expect Doomsday to be on creature jukes these days, where I feel like people just leave in removal now. So I'm not even convinced like the Barrogoyfs are good versus a deck like Dimir Tempo. On the play for game 2, I will keep this. Lead on the Polluted Delta and pass. They have Nethergoyf, sure. I'm going to Brainstorm here while I can't get hit by Orcish Bowmasters. That was pretty solid. We'll get rid of Dark Ritual and Underground Sea. We'll fetch, grab Underground Sea, and ponder. We're already leaning into Wasteland, so just do it even more. Another Flow State. That's actually really good. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to hide the Flow State on top, and then we'll pass the turn. They Brainstorm. I'm fine with that. I could Daze. I'm aware. I just don't know if that's the best use of my card. Like, next turn I can Duress into Flow State with Daze backup. They have Wasteland. Okay. I think I'm still going to play Flow State with Daze backup. We'll play the Flooded Strand, because I don't want to Flow State into the known island on top. So I'm going to just grab the island now. Play the Flow State. They Force of Will. I will Daze and pick up my Underground Sea. Flow State. We'll take Force of Will and Brainstorm. Pass the turn. They play Ponder. So their Nethergoyf will grow a little bit here. Polluted Delta. And I'll take a hit for 3, falling to 13 life. 4 cards in their hand. Dark Ritual. Let's play Duress. Flow State, Wasteland, double Flow. Double Flow State, Consigned to Memory, Wasteland. We'll take the Consigned to Memory. Pass the turn. They fetch. Grabs Undercity Sewers. Gets rid of Flooded Strand. Okay. They play Wasteland. I'm going to Force a Will Flow State. We know that they have Flow State and one unknown. If I can keep them off cards, I think that's a reasonable game plan for us. They now Ponder. Does not shuffle. Okay. Draw for turn. The Misty. Play that. Play the Flow State. Double Flow State Daze. Okay. We'll take 2 Flow States. Pass the turn. Really need to find a win and soon. Unfortunately, their Flow State will resolve. So the Nethergoyf is going to knock me down to 6. I am running out of time. They play a land. 3 cards now. Yeah, Thoughtseize resolves. They took Dark Ritual. That would make sense because they're trying to keep me off Doomsday. Alright, so I will fall to 6. We'll fetch with the Misty. We'll grab our Surveil land. Undercity Sewers. I don't think we want Lion's Eye Diamond. Force of Will. We'll play our land. Play the Flow State. Well, we found Doomsday. That's good. Play Lotus Petal. And Flow State again. So if they deal me 1 more point of damage, I cannot Doomsday because I'll be at 1 and you can't cast Doomsday at 1. We'll take Lotus Petal Daze. Play Petal Pass. Okay. So we have to hope that our opponent just attacks, destroys one of my land and passes. That's the only way we win, I think. We also need their hand to not interact. I think we've lost. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's not very likely. So the attack will put me down to 2. I can Doomsday at 2, but I can't Doomsday at 1. I'm dead to an Orcish Bowmasters. I can't actually use Force of Will to protect here. That's not allowed. They play a land. So if their plan is to hardcast Force of Will, my Daze does beat that. But they did not. I guess we try to Doomsday. That resolves. So we need an Oracle. Duress is a card I'm interested in, but I don't know if I'm actually allowed to use it. We probably need Lion's Eye Diamond. Underground Sea. I have not played a land, so I could play Underground Sea. Maybe Consider and Edge of Autumn. So I play Brainstorm with the Petal up. Well, do I want a Duress to try to beat like a Consign Memory? Like, I don't even think I actually need the Consider because I have double Brainstorm. So if I put the Duress in there, I think this wins. So, hold on. Maybe this doesn't win. I don't think I'm actually allowed to use the Duress. So if I put back... So maybe I don't... Like, I'm just thinking out loud. What if I put Oracle Edge on the bottom and I Brainstorm into Sea Duress Diamond, and then I play Sea and I cast the Duress, and then I play Brainstorm, crack it. I think this works. I'm not really sure. I'm just going to go through the motions. And I don't think the order of the top 3 matters. Play Brainstorm. So now we put back Force of Will, Daze. Oh no, it does matter. I can't win. If Oracle was the 3rd card, I could. The bottom card, I think the bottom card is Oracle, and it should be Edge of Autumn. And this would have worked. Damn it. I think I punted. This deck is difficult. Oh, we could have beaten the Consign. If only I was better at Magic. We'll play the Brainstorm. Crack. Oh, it actually was Oracle, but I'm short of Devotion. I think a better Doomsday player than me could have won this, but I'm not sure where I went wrong. Play the Oracle, which doesn't win the game, because I have 3 cards left in my deck. And I'll concede out of shame. Bummer. Oh well. You know, you can learn from the mistakes I make and hopefully not repeat the same ones. We are now 2-1.
Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, Scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks.
I don't know much, but I do know that you don't keep garbage hands, so we're sending this one right back to the deck. This is better, not perfect, but better. I think we keep, and then we'll get rid of a Thoughtseize. They lead on a Bayou, and they play their own Thoughtseize. Unfortunate. They take Brainstorm. Interesting. We'll play Misty Rainforest, go grab an Underground Sea, because I cannot grab the basic here. And then I'll play my own copy of Thoughtseize. They're on Cradle control. I will take the second Thoughtseize, pass. So that makes a lot more sense why they took the Brainstorm, knowing that they had the second one to follow it up. They play Ignoble Hierarch and the Tailing Gates of Matera. We have Instant Sorcery. I think it's time to let the flow state. We'll take Verdant Catacombs and Daze. Pass the turn. So I think I have a win on my turn. Because we can Doomsday, cycle Street Wraith, and a Brainstorm, and then win. Viseiju Who Endures. Maybe they should have considered holding that to mess up a Doomsday pile, but they didn't. Okay. So now we know that they just have a Craterhoof Behemoth in hand, and this should be a pretty simple win. We'll search out Underground Sea, we'll play Lotus Petal, cast the Doomsday. We want Lion's Eye Diamond, Edge of Autumn, Street Wraith, Thassa's Oracle. I suppose you could even switch one of these into a Consider. It just doesn't matter. This is fine. Oracle on the bottom, and then some other cards on top. We just want Lion's Eye Diamond to be the top card. We'll cycle Street Wraith, play the Lion's Eye Diamond, hold control, cast the Ponder, sacrifice the Lion's Eye Diamond for blue. And now we'll just select these, cycle Edge of Autumn, and the opponent concedes. Nice. Okay, so that was a victory. I like those. I don't know if we want a single card in our sideboard here. Maybe the Jace Wielder Mysteries to beat like an Endurance. I guess we can split it with Thassa's Oracle. I don't know if I have strong opinions here. This hand is good. We will keep. They have a Bayou and 2 Birds of Paradise. Okay. Underground Sea. Dark Ritual. Doomsday. Alright, so I want Jace in the pile. I want Lion's Eye Diamond. Thassa's Oracle. I think I'd like a Thoughtseize too to just check. And then the question is, what is the last card? Because I don't know. Maybe like an Edge of Autumn? And I think we could put the Jace as the bottom card. Oracle. And then I don't know if I have a strong opinion about Diamond or Edge next. I don't think it matters. And then Thoughtseize is the top card. We'll play Lotus Petal, pass. They have Wasteland. That's a little annoying. So my top card is Thoughtseize. If I consider the Thoughtseize, I'm going to draw into Edge. I don't think I can win if I use the Consider here. Yeah, I might just be dead to the Endurance. I'm not sure if I can actually build a pile that beats it. Disruptor Flute. Okay, well, I'm glad the Jace is in my deck now. They named Thassa's Oracle. So I'll play the Island. My bottom card is Jace. So that means Edge is my next card. I'm going to play the Brainstorm. And then I'd like to think through this. So I could cycle Edge of Autumn, but I can't get to Jace this turn. A concern of mine is Collector Oof, but if they oof, I can't win anyway. Like, I could Thoughtseize right now, and then I could theoretically beat the oof by playing Thoughtseize right now, but I'd have to draw through the pile. I'd have to take a turn off. Or at least I think that's the answer. So maybe I am supposed to try to beat a Collector Oof here. Edge goes on the bottom, and then a card that doesn't matter on top, so that way I can beat a Thoughtseize. And now we'll Thoughtseize them. And they had Collector Oof next turn. Well, I guess they had to draw a mana to do it. But we'll take the Green Sun Zenith, play the Diamond, pass. Another Disruptor Flute. And they named Thassa's Oracle again. Okay. We will pass the turn. I'm glad I stacked my Brainstorm correctly. Okay. Bryant, you're getting slightly better as you go through. Match number 4, you're finally making a correct play here or there. Be proud of me, chat. Come on. Ooh. Alright. They play Ignoble Hierarch. We'll float a blue. Full control. And we're going to cycle. Sacrificing the island. Make 3 blue. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. The Jace stands alone. No hand, no board. Just Jace. No deck. That is beautiful. I love that for us. We are now 3-1.
Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $15.99. This token combo pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens featuring classic Storm and Mana tokens with new inclusions such as our modern Ruby Storm package, but that's not all. Our token pack covers a variety of formats from Pauper to CDH with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game.
The final round featuring Flow State in Legacy Doomsday. We are on the play. Wow. Yeah, we'll try this. I don't know how good Triple Dave's Force of Will is, but hopefully our opponent with the name of Mayor of Pendrobel is actually on Oops All Spells. They mulligan the 5. I always say whenever I play these Force of Will decks, I want to get paired into like a turn 1 all-in combo deck, and it never happens. Like, it is just my dream to blow somebody out with Force of Will. Like, I get blown out sometimes, but it's just, I'm never that lucky. No, we can't keep this. Shuffle. Pass the turn. You have a Maya, Cradle of Growth. Are you lands? I would guess based on the name. We'll daze this because I'm not going to have an opportunity to daze too many things in this matchup. And now they pass. They have 4 cards. We find another Ponder. We'll play it. Dark Ritual and a land. We'll keep. Now we just need a Doomsday. They play Urza's Saga, okay. And it appears that they're just passing the turn. We should be drawing the Polluted Delta. I'll play that and pass. Now Saga goes to the second chapter. I do have to worry about like Skateboard just killing me very quickly. They play Thespian Stage. And Stepo Brainstorm. Get rid of double Force of Will. It just doesn't help me here. And then we'll fetch. Grab Undercity Sewers. Get rid of Consider. This will give away what we're playing. And now I just need to find Doomsday. That's really it. Play the Ponder. I have to shuffle this. There we go. Lotus Petal. Dark Ritual. Doomsday. So I can build a pile that allows me to beat Hate, like a Disruptor Flute or something at instant speed. So I just want to think about this. Edge of Autumn. We likely need Lotus Petals. I wonder if I actually have enough cards here to do it. I need at least one Thassa's Oracle. So maybe if I put like Polluted Delta, Underground Sea in there. Hold on. I don't think I've played a land. No, I have not. So let's get rid of a Lotus Petal. Underground Sea. So if I brainstorm off of the petal and I draw into Polluted Delta, Lotus Petal, Oracle, and then Underground Sea, and then the Edge of Autumn could be anything. Yeah, I think this works. All right, so Underground Sea, Edge of Autumn. Ooh, actually, I have to put 2 cards back on the brainstorm. Does it work? I forgot about that. Does it work? I don't think it does, because I'm going to have 3 cards. So I think I'm supposed to just build a past the turn pile then. Underground Sea on the bottom, Lotus Petal, Oracle, Polluted Delta, Edge of Autumn, and we'll pass. I might just be dead, because I could have built a Lion's Eye Diamond pile, and now I'm worried about Urza Saga plus Skateboard killing me, because I was trying to beat a Disruptor Flute. And now they get a Skateboard, and if they have Dark Depths, I'm just dead. Yep. No! No! What a mulligan to 5, too. I mean, I tried to get a little too cute, beating Disruptor Flute, and it cost me here. They had perfects. You got me. I feel like an idiot right now. That's disappointing. Bring in the Jace Wielder of Mysteries. Get rid of the Oracle. And I think I'm going to board out Daze, and we'll bring in a couple copies of Duress here. And we'll try this. I also wonder if, like, instead of Daze, do I want Force of Negation? That might be dumb. I'm just going to use Daze. I think, like, Force of Negation, exiling Life from the Loam is just not what I should be considering. Like, that's not a winning play pattern. We will keep. Our opponent kept 7. We'll play Flooded Strand. Go grab the basic island. And then play Ponder. Yeah, we keep this. I want all of these. I'm going to Force of Will literally anything they do on turn 1, if they give me the chance. It does not look like they're going to, though. Okay. We'll play Swamp. Pass. They have Dark Depths. Okay. We will Daze the Rumble, paying the alternative cost of 1 and a colorless. And now I can untap and play Flow State. We are looking for Dark Ritual. I will take Underground Sea, Lotus Petal. And I think I'm going to play the Underground Sea. I could try to hold it, but I just don't think I want to. Mox Diamond, okay. This gets rid of a Maze of Ith, Wasteland. They play Choke. I will Force of Will the Choke. Exile Force of Will. I'm going to guess they're going to attempt to destroy my Underground Sea here. We'll float a blue, and then we'll cycle Edge of Autumn. We draw Duress, okay. Let's play the Duress. Rumble, Crop Rotation, Swords. The Swords is good to know about because I'll have to clear my Doomsday pile. We'll take the Crop Rotation, play the Brainstorm, and it looks like I can play Doomsday. We'll put back Consider Flow State, and I think I just play Doomsday right now. Dark Ritual, Doomsday. Okay, so I'm just trying to think like how I could possibly lose and what to do to play around it. If they flute or if they rumble into flute, that's like kind of a problem. So I think I do want Jace in the pile. Maybe we want Lion's Eye Diamond, I'm not quite sure. And then we need an instant if we want to do Flow State. So I'm just trying to think here. If I select these 5, I could consider into Flow State. I don't think this works how I want it to. So if I consider Mill Jace, I could then Oracle. But I don't even think I need the diamond. Like, could I just build this pile with like another land or something else? Like, why do I need to build a Flow State pile? Could I also just like build a Street Wraith pile? And then like we'll put an extra land in there? So like, what if the pile is this? And then Underground Sea is like the bottom card. And then Oracle, Jace, double Street Wraith. They play the Rumble. Savannah, Expedition Map, Mox Diamond. They play Forest. They play the map. Okay, so I think we win here. We'll cycle Street Wraith. Cycle Street Wraith. Your last card is Swords to Plowshare, so I don't know what you're tanking about here. Expedition Map can't get anything relevant. And now we play Jace, Wielder of Mysteries. We'll target ourselves. We'll mill 2 and draw. Alright, so we've defeated lands in Game 2, but there's still a Game 3 where we're on the draw. And on the draw, do I want Force of Negation over Daze? I feel like maybe. I don't know if I have strong opinions on this. I just think that Daze ends up being really bad versus lands. Well, this is good. Could use a Dark Ritual, but it's solid. Keep. They play a Mox Diamond. Okay. Gets rid of Ancient Tomb. You have a Maya Cradle of Growth. Sphere of Resistance. That is not good news. Okay. I don't regret keeping this hand. This hand is very good, but Sphere of Resistance is going to be very difficult to beat. They have Thespian Stage. 3 cards in their hand. Okay. Drawing the land is good. We'll fetch. I realized that I could tap it for the mana for the Thoughtseize, but I'm afraid of getting my fetch wastelanded. We'll play Thoughtseize. If they have Dark Depths, like, congratulations, you earned it. You opened up the nuts. And they do, in fact, have Wasteland Dark Depths crop rotation. I don't even know what to say. Sometimes your opponent just has it. Like, did I really do anything wrong this game? I didn't mulligan to Force versus lands? I don't know. Right on time, Force of Negation. I mean, they got me. Sometimes you lose. So we finished this league 3-2. I have no regrets. I loved the deck list. I thought Flow State was super good. Is it the end of the world? No, it's just an incredibly good Magic card, which is what I think this deck wanted. Personal Tutor has never felt like a super powerful card, where Flow State is. I mean, you're really, really excited to be playing Flow State instead of something like Personal Tutor. And I think that this card is going to be revolutionary. It's not ever going to be like this back-breaking card, but the incremental advantage that Flow State creates, I think, is going to define Legacy for a long time. If you think I'm wrong, tell me why in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your feedback, but that's all I've got for today. Doomsday, arguably the best combo deck with Flow State in it, and if you think it's a different deck, tell me what deck that might be, and maybe I'll record that too. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, keep storming.
Hey, thanks for checking out today's video. You might also like packs.com, where you can open digital packs of trading cards like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and One Piece, and then have the physical cards mailed quickly and securely to you. What's nice about packs.com though, you can see the percentages of all of the rare hits in each pack. Once again, go check out packs.com.